Hey guys, so this is a Town Hall 9 base building video, and Town Hall 9 base building is a lot more difficult than Town Hall 8 base building, because at Town Hall 8 you're really only protecting against hogs and dragons, so it's not too hard to build a base that has air defenses pretty well guarded and has giant bombs to stop the hogs and spring traps. But Town Hall 9 is a lot more complicated because there's a lot more attack strategies. You get go wipe, you get low go wipe, you get ho go wipe, you get hogs, you get low loon, you get straight loons. There's all these strategies that all have different strengths and weaknesses, and you need to be able to build a base that can either defend against all of them or defend against one or two of them really well, and then switch to that if there's only that threat. So I'm going to highlight this base first off because I think it's got a lot of really cool features. This base is designed to counter people that are 3-star specialists. When we go into war against someone that is going to very likely 3-star me, this is the base I whip out. In the 3-star game, they're going to get the Town Hall regardless, and if they don't get the Town Hall, I mean, they failed. I mean, they're going for the 3-star, so Town Hall is irrelevant. Town Hall also being in the middle of the base is kind of cumbersome and doesn't allow me, it kind of hinders my base design. So for this situation only, when I know I'm going to get attacked by a 3-star specialist, it is better for me to put the Town Hall on the outside. Now I want to talk about the most important feature at Town Hall 9 that's different than Town Hall 8, and that is a centralized clan castle. At Town Hall 8, there's not enough buildings and not enough walls, and it's really hard to put the clan castle centralized. But at Town Hall 9, it is absolutely essential that the clan castle be centralized. And why that is because so many strategies can be wrecked by 2 wizard blasts. Hogs can be wrecked by 2 wizard blasts. A pack of loons can be wrecked by 2 wizard blasts. It takes P.E.K.K.A.s forever to do all their swings on archers, and the whole time they're under fire. Clan castle is, quite frankly, the most powerful thing at Town Hall 9. It is the most powerful building in the game. More powerful than the Expos, more powerful than Wizard Towers, Teslas, everything. It is the most powerful building. And so how to get the most out of it, you want to put it so that they can't drop troops and easily activate the troops that are inside of it. And to do this, you want to put it so that its radius, its 15-tile radius, is within the boundaries of defenses. And what that means is if they want to pull your clan castle, they're going to have to use 3 or 4 hogs or a couple of loons. They're going to have to ante up, and they're really going to have to put down some troops to get the clan castle pull. And right off the bat, that's taking away 15-20 supply from their army. Or they're just going to attack and ignore the clan castle. And if they do that, they're going to have to fight the clan castle under the guns of all the turrets, which is a huge delay and is a problem for most attack strategies. And if you're attacking, I really recommend you pull the clan castle. So making the clan castle pull is very important, and it's something that you can do at Town Hall 9, but it's very difficult to do at Town Hall 8. So I'm just going to roll in next to covering strategies one by one. So let's say they're attacking against hogs. How you want to defend against hogs is you want to have double giant bomb locations. And why that is that if hogs go in here and then they bounce out, all the hogs that go to this wizard tower, they're going to go to that archer tower and that expo. And then these guys are going to come and join them on that expo. And these hogs under heal, 1 giant bomb isn't going to kill them. They'll heal through the giant bomb. Heal acts like a shield in a way. But 2 giant bombs is enough with the buff to giant bombs to kill a whole pack of hogs immediately right then and there. So if he hogs from this direction, all the hogs are going to run into these double giant bombs, and they're all going to die, and there's going to be nothing left. There will be no army. They are not going to get the 3-star. It's not going to happen. Master hoggers can get around that by sacrificing hogs to trip the double giant bombs and other strategies, but this makes it really hard for hoggers. No base is invincible, so to speak. Any Town Hall 9 can 3-star any Town Hall 9 base. It's just the way it is. You just want to make it as hard as possible for them, and that's what I'm going to cover here. And these double giant bombs are tricky because you need to create your pathing of your defenses, since hogs are aggroed on defenses, so that the hogs don't come in from this direction. Because if the hogs go onto these 3 tile spaces of this expo, like say from this archer tower, they can go there, there, or there, since that's the closest side of the expo from this archer tower. And if the hog goes here, he will trip that giant bomb prematurely, and what will happen is he'll heal through it, and then by the time the rest of the hogs hit this other giant bomb, so you need the hogs to come from this side of the building and go into those double giant bombs. So this position isn't the greatest position in the world, but it is a very good position considering that it's coupled with this other position, and that it's unlikely. Notice how this air defense is a little bit closer to this cannon than that wizard tower. That makes it so that hogs from this direction will go to it rather than going to one of those 3 spots on that wizard tower and potentially tripping this bomb. And spring traps in between your defenses is also very essential for hogs, since spring traps have the potential to flip a total of 18 hogs off the map and just take them completely out of the fight. And that is very, very valuable. Someone that looks at this base, they're going to be hesitant to hog it because there's a double giant bomb position here and here, 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 and then there's 2 down there and up there. There are so many double giant bomb positions. They're going to have to guess and take a chance, and just guess kind of where the double giant bombs are going to be. They're obviously, if I were looking at the base, I would guess that the double giant bombs are in the core, and I would guess that the double giant bombs are going to be across from each other. That because people like symmetry, and that's how they typically build their base. I intentionally made them next to each other because I'm expecting people and their scouts to expect them to be symmetrical and be on opposite sides of each other. Symmetrical isn't always good. It makes people attack from random sides, but that's a totally different discussion, and I don't have time to get on my beef with symmetry. So, the next important thing when you're designing a base is to, let's talk about Go Wipe and Go Wee Wee. Go Wipe and Go Wee Wee have been nerfed lately with the skeleton traps and the 4th mortar, but they're still pretty strong if your base doesn't have more than 4 or 5 compartments. Go Wee Wee and Go Wipe can go all the way through the base and have a path all the way through the base and get the full tanking value. That's where Go Wipe and Go Wee Wee have a potential to 3-star. So what you want to do is you want to have mini compartments. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 compartments here. That's a pretty good number of compartments for a base. 15, and it's going to be too small of a base, so to speak. That many compartments and Laloon will have a really good strength against you. So anywhere from like 8 to 12 compartments is ideal when you're building the Town Hall 9 base. Less compartments than that, and golems will go through your base, take the full tanking value, and your P.E.K.K.A.s and your wizards and witches will just wreck the base. So having lots of compartments is a really good idea. Next thing I want to roll into is that Teslas have an insane amount of damage, and this base doesn't do it very well, but typically you want to have your Teslas around the core. This is a very not normal core, and those Teslas are going to shred pretty much whatever's in the core. They're going to do a lot of damage to them. I mean, whether it be P.E.K.K.A.s, that P.E.K.K.A.s is ideally the thing they target, but we can talk Queen, we can talk King, we can talk Witches. They have a high rate of fire. They're going to go through Witches. They'll really damage loons. They'll damage a lot of things and do really well. So typically you want to have your Teslas in the core. Like even moving this one to here might be a pretty good idea. I intentionally have them out here though because I want to guard those air defenses, which is what I'm going to get into after this. Laloon at this point in time is a pretty relatively new strategy. Lava Hounds just came out and people are still hashing it out. But where it really shines is when you have air defenses that are far away and you can easily tank for them so that your loons have easy cover to go through your base. The smaller the base is, the easier it is for loons because time travel is the biggest painful factor. 4 loons, and why rage helps them so much. With the rages, you're really getting speed. Loons have enough damage to pretty much 1 or 2 shot anything out there, so it's really the speed that you're using the rages for. And that's why I was talking about earlier how you don't want a 13 or 14 compartment base, because that many compartments, you're not going to have very many buildings in each compartments, and it's going to be a much smaller base. And size of the base does matter, because it'll be easier for the loons to get all the way across it and take out all your buildings. 4 rages could cover the whole base. This base, 4 rages aren't going to cover the whole base. And the best way, this is my theory, it hasn't been proven yet, but the best way to stop the loon is to try and get 1 air defense to stand to destroy that lava hound. Like this has 3 seeker mines on it, which are and then all these buildings are going to take out the lava pups. So the loons that come here, they're going to die, and he's either going to have to improvise on the fly and send more loons or another lava hound. But hopefully, with that 1 air defense standing, all the balloons that clean up the rest of my base are going to die 1 by 1 to this air defense that's heavily guarded. I put all 4 of these air bombs in the middle because 4 air bombs will kill a whole pack of loons when they hit it. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that these air bombs won't be triggered by the lava pups or the lava hound. If these seeker mines can take out the lava hound before it gets to the destination, the lava pups will pop right here, just come across the middle of this base. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, hasn't been proven yet, that these air bombs just annihilate a whole pack of loons and wreck the whole attack. That's my goal. The other thing when you're designing your base is you want to protect against looning, which is, let's say this this cannon, I'm going to grab it, is right over here, which is on the edge of the air defense's range. 1 loon can take that cannon out, and that's a very good trade for an attacker. A very good trade. A 2-for-1 trade is very good as well. 10 space for 1 defensive building, great trade. They're going to do tiles of the maximum range of an air defense to really hurt looning, because pretty much no matter what attack strategy you're using, if you've got defenses that aren't covered very well by your air defenses, like this cannon's borderline, well actually no, it's not, because the archer queen's covering it. They can drop 1 or 2 loons and take that defense out, and it's a great trade. I would recommend it on offense, doing it whenever you possibly can. It's a very good trade, and you might even get the clan castle pull with that trade and dual purpose. Not on this base, but on other bases you might. So to stop looning, you definitely want to have defenses within the range of your air defenses. And if you can't, I mean, it happens someday with all your air defenses. So those ones, I really recommend putting seeker mines to cover them, so it'll take out that first loon, and maybe the second loon won't be enough, and then they'll have wasted 2 loons and not gotten the defense. And that's the idea behind it. Another big valuable thing of a defense is you want to have a solid trash ring. For people that don't know how to funnel, they might have their main troop go all the way around in a circle, all around your base, following the trash ring, the trail of breadcrumbs, which would be quite awesome. So, I mean, that's probably common sense. Most of you know that, but I just feel like mentioning it anyways. The other thing that you really want to have is a centralized archer queen. This base doesn't have it. There, but I don't want the queen and the king are sources of aggro, and I don't want to have an archer queen here, because then you could drop a troop, you could create a funnel, get a troop through here, and get the clan castle pull with the aggro of the queen. That's the only reason I didn't do it. In most cases, I'm going to say like 90% of bases, you want the archer queen in the middle of the base somewhat, because she can stop a lot of strategies. She can absolutely shred loons, she can shred hogs under heal, she can wreck a lot of attack strategies, and her level is very important to defending a base against high-level attackers. So if you can centralize the archer queen, do it. That is a very definitely a really good thing. Keep her up as long as possible. Anything you can do to make it hard for an opponent to get to the Archer Queen is good. Usually you can get to the Archer Queen with one jump spell, but hey, they have to use a whole spell to take out the Archer Queen. That's a pretty good trade. That's my one thing that I really don't like about this base, is that my royals are on the outside of the base, and even though they're somewhat protected, it just makes it hard. The other thing you want to do with the heroes, if you put them in the center, you want to have storages around them, because say the enemy is hogging you, and they won't attack the heroes. When the hogs do finish up the base, and if those storages are around the king and the queen, they'll kill the hogs while they're attacking the storages, and the stupid hogs will just sit there and let them kill them, and they won't even re-aggro. It's very frustrating. It's happened to me. Yeah, put storages around your heroes. It really helps them. I also really recommend putting storages in your base. That's the other flaw that I don't like about this base. Storages have an extremely high hit point value and really slow down defenses, so having them in the middle of the base allows your defenses to shoot them for a lot longer. It's like having another wall, except for it takes up 9 spaces instead of 1. But yeah, if you can put storages inside of your base, that's another flaw I don't like about this base, so to speak, is that it's all defenses in the core. Covered looning, covered go wee wee. What else is there? Hogo wipe and logo wipe. The idea is you send P.E.K.K.A.s, golems, and wizards in to get the queen and achieve an objective, get rid of the clan castle, whatever, eliminate double giant bombs, and then you hog the back end. It really helps for hogging the back end. I mean, it's something that's going to happen regardless. Spring traps are the best way to hurt the hogo wipe and make the hogs not as effective. You want to have spring traps spread around the perimeter defenses, not so much in the core. And to hurt on the sides, so that when they start looning there at the end, you can get rid of as many of the loons as possible. After the go wipe core dives, the loons will come in on the back end, and those secret mines might be the difference between keeping an archer tower up and not keeping an archer tower up. An archer tower can just keep firing and firing and firing. Okay, I'm just going to roll into common base parameters and talk about buildings. These cannons and archer towers, you want to space around the outside of your base because they are perimeter defense buildings. They're really good for they're high damage, and they're good for taking out the units that come at you first. I have these mortars out here because I don't want to have good spots for them to anchor their troops on. Oh, that's the other thing. I forgot to talk to you about anchoring. You want to have all your buildings covered by mortars and archer towers, so that way they can't just put an archer over here in the corner and draw all your troops out. They're going to have to use 4 or 5 barbs and do a barb walk. Like, use one, it's going to die, troops are going to come farther. Use another, troops, it's going to die, troops are going to come closer. And then eventually get over here. It makes it so they have to use more troops for the clan castle kill. So yeah, don't leave any spots where an archer can be placed simply on, typically, so they can't do that. Like, for example, he can drop a minion right here and be on that storage, and nothing can hit it, and all my troops will be aggroed over to it. That's a fault in my base, but hey, it is what it is. I don't have enough archer towers. I could bring archer towers and replace them with the cannons, but cannons have less travel time and are better against wall breakers, so I do need a cannon on that point defense. So, something to really consider when you're building a base. I think that is it. The rest of the base is normal stuff. Like the air defenses, you want to have them spaced even. Because they have longer range. They are absolutely fantastic for point defense, though, because they have a really high rate of fire, so they'll shred wall breakers. One thing that can really help is if you put your expos so that they'll cover a little section outside of the walls. let's say wall breakers go for that slaughter wall, the Expo will take out the wall breaker before it blows up the wall, and that's a big advantage. Because all these other defenses will probably be aggroed onto a golem, but this Expo won't be. So having Expos a little ways into the base so that they can take out wall breakers, it's a good thing. And I think that is it. Let me know if you have any questions. Sorry, this was a very long rant.